Good morning. I am Ruth's son-in-law, and as we all know, son-in-law is from the ancient Greek word meaning not one of us. You will be hearing shortly some words from her family, so I will try to provide a perspective from an outsider, someone she often referred to as her daughter Nancy's Catholic husband. Let me start by saying that Ruth was a lifelong Christian. She was raised in a Christian family and attended a Christian church. In fact, as Bernie said, this one her entire life. She was blessed to be chosen by God, and as you will see, having Christ as her Savior would help her throughout her life, both in her suffering and in her joyful times. I said Christian home, but in actuality it was a Christian mother, as the first tragedy came to her when she was just 3 weeks old. Her father, Ernest Hokinson, perished in the Mackinac ship explosion, leaving her mother with Ruth and her 5-year-old brother, Ernie. She grew up in Pawtucket, went to public schools, attended Sunday school here at Darlington, where she met many people that would eventually become her church family her entire life. One of her favorite activities was ice skating at Slater Park. She attended East High, which is now Tolman, and met the first love of her life, Earl. Once again, heartbreak would enter her life, though, as Earl, along with many of her classmates, went to serve our country in World War II. Earl never came home. His death and those of the others she knew would stay with her the rest of her life. Ruth wanted to play her part in the war effort, though, as she entered the Rhode Island Hospital School of Nursing with the intent of becoming a war nurse. She never got her chance to join the service, but did finish her nursing education as a member of the class of 1946. She worked her entire adult life as a registered nurse at Rhode Island Hospital until retiring. While she was still a young adult, single adult, whenever she was not working, she would try and find time to enjoy her passion for dancing, whether it be at Rhodes on the Pawtucket or Crescent Park. It was during this time of her life that she met a returning GI named Ruth Opaluch. He would become her second and the true love of her life as they would get married and have a family together consisting of 3 sons and finally, much to her delight, a daughter. Just as she had done, she made sure her family came to church at Darlington, in fact, sitting right in that pew right there. Then, in a ritual I still don't quite understand, later in their life, they then had to move to the left side in the back, and that became their seat, and they couldn't move from there. In 1973, tragedy once again hit her when her husband, Ed, died suddenly of a heart attack, leaving her with her 4 teenage children. But as always, she doggedly and determinedly kept moving forward with the help of her faith for strength and steadfastness. She saw all her children grow up to have careers and create their own lives and families. She saw her 4 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren and treasured every moment she had with them. As an elder woman of the church, she enjoyed her time out with other ladies of the church, such as Sarah Cludia, for lunch and for fellowship. Even towards the end, when she was unable to attend Sunday service, she would read the church bulletin we would bring home, ask how full the church was, and how everybody was doing. In fact, the last item she read, because by that time she had lost attention span to read books, was the church history pamphlet that Audrey's chauffeur had just provided us. After living a long and full life, when God saw her getting weary, it was time for him to take her. I know that on October 2nd, 2019, as word was being spread that Ruth had passed away, she was hearing Jesus tell her, "You have fought the good fight. You have finished the race. You have kept the faith. Well done, good and faithful servant."